Detroit basketball. How about them Detroit Pistons, man? Little Caesar Arena gonna be hot. Smoking hot. This series now shifts to Detroit. The Pistons went into New York and they did what they had to do. Split one of the two games. And they did that. They should have won both games, if you ask me. But man, what a game. The Pistons are for real, folks. They had 48 rebounds. You feel me? Just dominant. 4 blocks, 46 points in the paint. You see, and what I like about the Pistons, Cade Cunningham, he your star. He gonna go out and do what he do. But you see, by them bringing in Dennis Schroeder, that takes a lot of pressure off of Cade Cunningham. He's a veteran who done won in this league. He can calm everyone down. Cade don't have to take all the pressure shots. When the game was tight, who was the one who knocked down that big three? It was Dennis Schroeder. I knew he was going to knock that shot down. He always been able to knock down big shots. When he was with Brooklyn, when he was with the Lakers, Dennis Schroeder is a nice, solid backup, man. You could start him or you could run him off the bench. He's just a good player. He finished with 20 points, man. Solid. While Cade went out there and dominated. 33 and 12. I think y'all forget that Cade Cunningham, was the star guy of that 2020 draft. The guy been legit. He got the size. He got all the skills to be great in this league. He gonna win Most Improved Player of the Year. This been a few years coming for this guy. I've been watching him since he came into the league. A lot of folks are just starting to watch the Pistons. Just because teams are not good doesn't mean they don't have good talent. I follow the game. He has improved his game every year. He's solid, man. And he humble with it. The Pistons are next up, man. They here, folks. Teams in the Eastern Conference gonna have to deal with them. Michael Beasley, he's another one. I think he should win Sixth Man of the Year award. Bringing him in has changed the whole look on this team shooting-wise. The Pistons lack shooting. By him coming in there, he done corrected that. He's a flamethrower. You got the veteran Tobias Harris, who had 15 and 13. Jalen Duren. I always called him baby Dwight Howard. He may not have the post game like Dwight Howard had, but he legit, man. You feel me? 12 points, 13 rebounds. He simply outplayed Karl Anthony Towns. Karl Anthony Towns, I'm sorry to say it, but it has to be said. There's a reason why his nickname is the Cat. Because his game is soft like a cat. He didn't even score in the second half. He didn't even attempt a shot. He was bought over to be Jalen Brunson, right-hand man. How you gonna not attempt a shot in the second half in a crucial game at home when your team needs you? After Jalen Brunson then put up 37 and 7. He did all he could do. He couldn't look for him to come through with nothing. That's embarrassing on Karl Anthony Towns' part, But it doesn't surprise me because he used to have games like this with the Minnesota Timberwolves. When they need him the most, he never was there. The Knicks got to deal with that, though. Josh Hart, he had an okay game. He got some points in the fourth, but he didn't really have a good game. He only had 10 points. Miles McBride had 8. OJ Anunoby, I think they need to get him going a lot more. He only had 10 and 6. Mikal Bridges played ball, 19 and 5. But it wasn't enough. Jalen Brunson needed more help. This is what I have to say on Jalen Brunson, though. I know Jalen Brunson is the star of the team. He get paid all that money. But Jalen Brunson need to take a step back. He need to take a step back and depend on his teammates a lot more. Too much foul baiting out there. In the fourth quarter, he got about 3 or 4 fouls that shouldn't have been called fouls. I hate how the refs be reffing these games. If the offensive player jumps into the defensive player, they should not be rewarded with a foul, with free throws. I do not like that at all. The defensive player is allowed to defend. That's their space that they're jumping into. I just don't like that at all. And another thing, the New York Knicks are a mentally weak team. They cry for calls too much. Instead of go out there, be aggressive, they whine into the refs. That goes on Tom Thibodeau too. He talking about he not worrying about the free throws, but in the same sentence he complaining about the free throws. The Pistons got all them free throws because they were the more aggressive team and they earned them calls. You want to get free throws? Earn them. Tell your team stop playing soft. And another thing, Tom Thibodeau hasn't learned this since his days with the Chicago Bulls. He's running the starters into the ground. You have to play your bench guys. The starters are exhausted by the time the fourth quarter runs around. Tom Thibodeau need to stop being stubborn and play more of his guys, because if he don't, the Pistons are going to get the Knicks up out of here in 5 games. And I'm being nice right now because the Pistons should have won the first game. They just choked because it was their first time in the playoffs in over a decade. So I give them a pass on that one. The Knicks are who we thought they were. A good team who's not ready to contend for a championship. A good team who got a coach who's stubborn and don't like to make the right calls. The Knicks are a team who got players who don't show up when they need to. The Knicks are a team who got a little guy in Jalen Brunson who be trying to play like he's 6'6". It's not going to work, man. You have to play to your strengths. The refs are not going to give you every call just because you're in New York. It don't work like that. You have to earn your calls. This is the playoffs, man. I know I got a lot of celebrities in the crowd that come to see y'all, but they also come to see a great competitive game. They don't want to see y'all just shooting free throws all day. They want to see great basketball being played. And the Knicks are not playing great basketball right now. They depend on Jalen Brunson too much. He's not Isaiah Thomas. He's not Allen Iverson. He's Jalen Brunson. He need help. But it's up to the coach to put him in position to where he can succeed. And I'm just not seeing that right now. When you look at the Knicks, the Pistons shot better than them from the field. The Knicks only shot 42% from the field. And they shot a miserable 29% from 3 at home. You can't win like that. They only had 15 assists. You see what I'm saying? Too much ISO ball. Too much throwing the ball at Jalen Brunson and wanting him to save the day. You have to run an offense. You have to swing the ball. Now they did have 8 steals, but they only had 40 points in the paint. The Pistons had 46. They just got beat all around the board. And I put most of this blame on Tom Thibodeau. Jalen Brunson gets some of the fault, and Karl Anthony Towns. The 3 leaders of the team get all the fault because they're the reason they lost this game, man. They letting the Detroit Pistons hang with them. I know when they came into this series, they thought they was going to get the Pistons up out of here quick because they're they have more experience. They've been in the playoffs the last few years. But ain't none of that matter. Every year's a new year. You have to perform. And the Knicks are not doing it right now. This Sports Savvy TV. Y'all let me know what y'all thought of this game, man. And who you got winning this series.